Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 50th episode of the Lukewarm Cinema Podcast. My name is Austin. Today I'm joined with...
I am George, and we are at my work. This feels kind of weird for me, guys, because I'm in a place where I'm usually comfortable and I'm not having to worry about, being all uppity. Usually here, I got Travis right up my ass. Travis, say what's up, Travis, our engineer.
Hey, what's up, Travis, my engineer?
Yep, okay.
Ba-dum-bum.
But we are also joined, we have Chris here, obviously. Chris.
Howdy, I'm Chris.
How's the week been, dude?
The week has been pretty hot, both temperature and sexual. Is this time for... Would it be appropriate for a funny Einstein story right now? I mean,
Hit us with one to start it.
Yeah, I just got one, but it's a little gnarly. I won't lie.
Okay.
It's a little bit graphic. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, I gotta warn all of our viewers, of course. Let them know what's to come. But so my coworkers, basically, we're short-staffed at Einstein Brothers. So what they do is they get employees from other stores to visit and help on certain days. Okay, great. But we apparently, due to this little connection of employees, a mystery was uncovered. Okay, about the wider Einstein's mega corporation.
Let's hear it.
So apparently, my coworkers knew, the female coworkers knew that this guy calls our store on an anonymous number, and he'll keep asking questions. Say, "Oh, do you have egg sandwiches? What are your hours?" Just keep asking questions.
Annoyingly?
And he'd only do it when a girl answers the phone.
Oh.
So that they keep talking. And if you're degenerate, you understand what that means he's doing. And this can be confirmed because one of our coworkers answered the phone once and immediately was met with a moan.
Wow.
All right.
So now, working with people from the other store, they came together and told this story and found out this guy is calling all of the Einsteins on rotation to do this, okay?
Is this his job? He just does this all day? He's just calling, this one didn't answer. All right, next one.
Well, who knows? And one manager that visited claimed he calls all the Einsteins and other stores. I don't know how she would know that he calls other stores. Well, but it seems likely. I mean, given
it's the morning hours, Chris. This is my response to it. It's the morning hours, so obviously that's the first in the long line of restaurants or possibly even other bagel establishments worldwide. We don't even know if he's just limiting it to Las Vegas area.
I like to think that he targets only breakfast restaurants
around the world. He only targets breakfast, and time differences, and it all lines up now.
The serial breakfast jacker. Okay.
Little do we know, Netflix. If we play our cards right, Netflix would make a fucking documentary, a docuseries.
Hey, if somebody gets killed out of this whole little psycho situation,
that's ill that you're hoping somebody gets killed so we could get a documentary.
So, guys. Like I said, we are here at Sticky Paws Studios. Everything looks amazing. We're feeling comfortable. This is such an amazing time in our lives because we were literally doing this shit in the most slummiest of ways.
On a microwave.
We were making it happen, right? We were making it happen. And, ever since I started working here at the studio, I've got a chance to meet a lot of really cool people. And I've also met a lot of people that were making it happen on their own during the quarantine times. And also, we've also talked about, short films and stuff are such a big part of the film community. We have a special guest joining us today. And we had talked about it earlier. Her name is Tama Tamari, and she's directing a film here at Sticky Paws Studios via Zoom. So, Tama, do you want to introduce yourself and let the world know what you're doing here at Sticky Paws?
Well, hello, I'm Tama Tamari, and basically in September, one of my friends had approached me with a movie idea, and we started developing it, and we were going to plan to shoot in this summer, and then some family things came up for me, which made me had to come home, and I couldn't find a new director who was willing to put in the time and the same amount of creative planning that I did. So I still gathered up my team and I let them know my circumstances, and we all just said, okay, we'll just have a director direct over Zoom. And now here we are.
Wow. And so now you are doing this all, like I said earlier, via Zoom. Is it just via Zoom in certain for certain days, or is it full time? Like you're not seeing your crew?
Yeah, I have not gotten the chance to step onto set once since we are filming in Las Vegas and I'm here in Hawaii. So yeah, it's pretty much all been a virtual process for me.
Got you. Now, one thing that would be important to me would be like a person. I would still need a person in my circumstances that makes me coffee every morning, because I'm assuming like you got to get the morning coffee. Did you find did you put out like a Craigslist ad, like I need somebody to get me coffee every morning? I'm a director.
I would pretty much just ask either one of the set designers, a PA, or my assistant director to buy coffee or Red Bulls for everyone. And then I would just Venmo them money and be like, okay, here's the money. Go buy coffee, please.
That is clever. So, do you want to go in and talk about your film a little bit? Like, when is it supposed to release, and like, what can we expect from you in this film?
Yeah, well, our logline is basically that it's about a young girl, Luna, who meets her assumed to be soul family. And along the journey of the friendship, she learns that relationships can be very temperamental, and she learns that with her twin flame relationship. And a twin flame, I'm going to butcher the definition because I'm really not that spiritual, but it's two halves of one soul, and you only have one twin flame, basically.
Okay.
It's everything you love and hate about yourself.
Wow. Is it like a really, because we like comedy movies, right, boys? Like
That's kind of our bread and butter, yeah.
It's our niche, it's our shtick. This seems super intellectual, like big brain. Or is there like, when you're dealing with stuff that has to do with something that might be a little philosophical, how do you like dumb it down for people so that everyone understands?
Mm-hmm. Well, the spirituality aspect of it really is just almost the aesthetic of it all. Really, I would describe the film as like The Breakfast Club, but with crystals and tarot.
So yeah, because I saw on Vimeo, I saw the trailer for this, and I thought it was about friends being estranged, but I also noticed the lover part as well. But I remember that shot of her with the tarot cards in her bed. So I kind of picked up that was kind of part of the movie, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sick. So when do you plan on releasing this?
Well, as it goes with virtually directing and producing a film, there's going to be some hiccups. So we're not entirely sure when we will be releasing, but hopefully sometime next year.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Do you plan on continuing to use Sticky Paws to film, like, or was this just for a certain shot? Like, I want to know when I watch your film, at that point in time, I'm like, I work there, you know? Because it's always cool to be like, I know that place.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have scenes shot at Sticky Paws, because it's really to just have like that studio space. You get it quiet, you can make whatever you want out of it almost, given you have the materials. But yeah, the studio has been really awesome, and I want to thank Sticky Paws.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely want to thank Sticky Paws, and we appreciate it. I think we've cut out.
I think so.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Stable. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you are fine. We thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much.
We do appreciate it. Guys, please go follow Tama Tamari, the movie Twin Flames, hopefully releasing next year. They're in the process of filming it. Guys, go give her a follow, because she's doing something that's really tough, and that's That's what we're here to do, right? We're here just to spread that positivity and love, boys.
That's correct.
Absolutely. I mean, we had Austin on last week who talked about his short film, or actually it was a feature-length film.
Yeah.
So we always love shouting out, and talking about the smaller side of cinema.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like Michael Bay.
Well, eventually they will eventually become Michael Bay.
Yeah, exactly.
You throw enough, darts at a dartboard, you're eventually going to
So then we can come to them when we have 300 listeners and be like, hey, you wanna come on the show?
Hey, you never
Time
know.
to cash it in. Oh, yeah.
This studio is awesome. We could have a guest sitting right here, and and we can have guests join via Zoom. It's amazing. So
Tom is back if you just want to actually do the proper
I'm
conclusions.
sorry.
yes.
I moved to the room.
Oh no, you are fine. You are fine. So, is there any last things that you want to shout out? Any special people in your life, that have helped you like get through this time?
Well, of course, I will thank the writer and producer of the film, Amanda Nealand. And I want to also thank my assistant director, Kay Fernandez, for just being very awesome throughout the whole project. And of course, my cinematographer, Patricia Reyes, because they've all been super helpful and essential to making this work, especially since their director is 3,000 miles in an ocean away.
No, I can only imagine. We definitely do appreciate having you, and hopefully we can see you again soon.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay. Shall we delve into the topic of the day? Or
Yeah.
hold on, before that.
Yeah. You have a whole thing.
Yeah, well, it's not a whole thing, but it's a
half
piece
a
of
thing.
it. It's a kind of a thing. So last night, Cameron and I, we were sitting on our couch and we're like, what in the world are we going to do today? Cameron, can you come in? I don't think the world's ever seen you on the podcast. And you're
No,
here
they've
today,
never
so-
seen Cameron.
So I have to.
We have a studio audience today.
We do. Seth,
It's a
you
little
can
weird.
come in here too, so
Debut.
people can see. Cameron, my fiance here. Everybody, thank you so much for being so special to me, and just letting me record whenever. Love you.
Go further
Okay.
in. Go further. We can't see you.
Yeah, we can't see.
Seth is also here, and Seth is just
Say hi to everybody,
supporting.
Seth.
Seth went to work out with me this week because he's a G. Okay. So we were sitting on the couch last night. What in the world do we do? I see a trailer for Space Jam, and I realize Space Jam released on Friday. So me and Cameron, we were like 9:45. Typically, you don't get a lot of kids at that time. It's a PG movie, right? So you go watch a PG movie later in the night to watch it with the adults who like to, possibly indulge in an edible and watch a film.
The good old.
The good old days, right? So I have a clip to play about my movie review after last night. So I'm leaving the theater, and I decided I'm going to shoot a video and let the world know about how I felt about Space Jam.
All right.
Just coming out of AMC with Cameron. Went to see Space Jam. I'm going to give it just a pineapple rating right off the rip. We're going to play this during the podcast. Immediate pineapple rating out of 5. It gets a 3 pineapples out of 5. Would have gotten a 4 had LeBron cried. Okay, they had been filming. They've been hyping this movie up for the longest. We didn't see one LeBron cry. Cameron, thoughts?
It was long.
Long?
It was long. It was good. I fell asleep a little bit during the
She definitely fell asleep.
It was a long basketball game.
But we don't want to spoil any of the juicy deeds for you. It's a little too early, but definitely could have been better. Could have been better. Guys,
3?
it fucking sucks.
I've heard from numerous people that like it doesn't even hold a candle to the original one. So like I'm not surprised you gave it a 3. Actually, I feel from what I've heard that's a little generous.
Okay. The only reason I'm generous is because I like sports. I'll tell you that much.
Okay,
if I
that's
didn't,
fair.
If I didn't like sports as much, it would have like bummed me out. So I immediately went home after that, right, and watched the original Space Jam. I did. I got into car, turned on Space Jam.
See,
All
I
right?
watched the original for the first time in almost 20 years on Wednesday with my kid. And he loved it. He was like, "This is just great."
Dude, it is so much better than this Space Jam that came out. So LeBron has to carry it.
Right.
They made him act way too much.
And I heard like he cannot act to save his life. He can act when it comes to catching fouls, I've heard. Or trying to catch fouls.
Dude, yeah, no. I don't want you to show your kid the new Space Jam, and I just want you to permanently tell him this is Space Jam.
Oh, okay. So if he goes, I want to see the new one. Yeah, this is the new one.
And then this is just a LeBron mockumentary. The fucking second one.
It's Looney Tunes kidnap LeBron. There you go.
You know, I feel like with a lot of these movies, like with long time sequels, you know, we're just waiting, and then it's like, oh, they're making a sequel to that movie. I feel like it's a big cash in, you know, like doesn't matter how it turns out. People are going to be lining out the door because of the nostalgia. And I mean, you're saying it didn't deliver. I actually, when I first saw Space Jam, it was not as a kid. It was only a few years ago. And I actually didn't really like it, to be quite honest, the original.
Okay.
But that's because I saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I thought the animation,
That's a classic.
the animation in Who Framed Roger Rabbit was like way better than the real life animation in Space Jam. And I'm not a sports person, so that's why I didn't like it that much.
But you're like, that's like saying like, oh, I don't like Great Value mac and cheese because I'm used to like Velveeta.
Well, it's like you're gonna watch one movie. I mean,
Yeah, like
but I
Disney-
don't like
Disney's
sports
much
too. You
better.
know what I mean? So
Yeah, but like I'm not a huge basketball fan, but I could like the movie was still good.
I want to say it was bad. It's just I'm like, damn, people like be wearing the shirts all the time of this movie, and I don't know.
Dude, well, that's okay. So one of the things that I would say makes it so much better for me is that there was a lot more other like really good actors that had like comedic moments throughout
That's
the film.
true.
In the
I do
original
remember
Space
some of
Jam?
the funnies in that one.
Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray with Michael Jordan gets sucked through the golf hole, right? Because Michael
That's
Jordan
the
hits
scene
a
I
hole in one.
remembered when you said that.
He gets sucked through the golf hole, and then Bill Murray and Larry Bird are just standing there, and they're like, on the green, they're like, where the hell did he go? And then, like, as they're walking back to their golf cart, Bill Murray is like, Larry, I'm just going to mark us down for a 2 on that one. We were in no emotional state to putt. Because they were both like it's like those little witty moments with a lot of good comedic characters. And although Don Cheadle is good and he did amazing, it was kind of like too much Don Cheadle.
They were probably just
Too
trying
much
to
of the cheat.
Too much of the cheat. Way too much cheat.
they're probably just trying to be like Space Jam. It's like all the movies now.
Yeah.
Space Jam. Remember?
Hey, you remember Space
You
Jam?
remember.
Yeah, you line up for Space Jam. Yeah. No, I get you, dude. But did you guys watch anything else this week? Any hot takes?
Yes.
Go ahead.
There's 2 things of interest that I watched. One, I watched some of the first episode of the iCarly reboot.
Ooh.
Well, it's more like a sequel. I want to say reboot, but a continuation. And I was entertained. I thought they were doing a really good job. They brought back characters I would not think would be in this.
Did they bring back the creepy producer?
No, see,
Ian Schneider.
that's why I think everybody agreed to do it. They're like, okay, the feet toucher isn't here, right? Like,
Dude.
you know,
They have like a sign outside the door that says no sandals.
oh my
Like for your safety, do
Can
not
we-
wear sandals.
Can you guys please just like fill me in? Because I knew he did weird shit, but like I don't know what.
There's
he did.
videos of him like aggressively hugging Miranda Cosgrove, like how you would like hug Cameron. It's not weird for that, but it's weird for like an adult to hold a child like that.
Okay.
Christian's got the deets.
I'll word it the best way I can, and I'm not an expert, but first people started noticing that in all of Dan Schneider's shows, so that's like Drake and Josh, iCarly, Zoe 101, Victorious, yada yada, all really good shows. Like they're well written. Don't get me wrong. There have been parts focused on the girl's feet and other semi-sexualized like situations. Okay.
Yes, I recall.
And all these pictures have like cropped up of like Dan Schneider like hugging like all these girls and like taking pictures of them, and
Dude.
I don't know if there's like actual story evidence, but that's basically what it's based on.
Right. He caused foot fetishes for the youth of America at that point in
Yeah,
time.
now we're all
I
to
do
blame because of him.
remember. Yeah.
Actually, he's to blame for all of us.
If he doesn't get a cut of Wiki Feet, what was it all for? You know?
Who do you think site that is?
Wiki Feet?
Yeah, that's probably his.
Wow.
Probably.
He's like the crypto guy,
Yeah.
Natashi Sakamoto or something like that. Who's the crypto guy's name, Travis?
Satoshi something Moto.
Satoshi Nakamoto.
There you go.
I think
It's that guy.
he's that guy of WikiFeet. Nobody knows the CEO.
And TV feet.
Oh my gosh.
He's
Okay.
He's the one. Like if they need a foot model, he's the casting director.
I wouldn't doubt. Why would you not hire a man who has a talent and a reputation in that area? Okay. Anyways, Chris,
talent.
continue talking about the reboot because I want to watch it, but like you got to sell me on it here.
Okay, so now I didn't watch the whole episode because like I was kind of busy. It was like an in passing thing. Like we watched some of it. However, I'm now interested in watching the rest of it. One, okay, the only bummer is Sam is not in it. Jeanette McCurdy, Sam not in it. Apparently they explain it at some point. It's very sad though. However, they are doing a good job. They brought back Freddie's mom is in it. Didn't think she would make an
Whoa.
appearance.
Whoa.
Is she still as overbearing?
Gilf.
Yeah.
Gilf.
yeah.
No. What?
That's nasty, George. That's funny.
Whoa, who said that? Seth. Get the microphone away from that kid. Get him out of the studio. I'm just kidding.
So it's all very faithful. There's been like a time skip, so they explain like where the characters are, and I guess I don't know if it's really a spoiler, but like for example, Spencer, right? Carly's brother.
Yes.
I almost say Crazy Steve because that's Drake and Josh. I'm
Do you
like,
guys remember when you called me Crazy Steve in 8th
Yeah,
grade?
because you look like Crazy Steve.
Because I shaved my head. I was like, I'm tired of all this hair, and I shaved it. And you were like, "Yo, Crazy Steve up in here." I was like, "Fuck you guys."
Oh yeah, no. Maybe in post we can just insert a picture of that.
Oh, I gotta find one. I gotta see if I can find a picture
Yeah,
from them.
no. You probably definitely didn't want photos taken you at that point in time in your life.
No, probably not.
Yeah, as soon as you get that one Crazy Steve call, you're just like, no,
Yeah,
all
you're
right,
like,
shut it down, taking them all off Facebook.
delete forever.
Yep.
Okay.
So Spencer, remember he was trying to be an artist in the original show, remember? Mm-hmm. And kind of stumbling and having a hard time, but like he had that drive, that passion. In this show, he's like kind of made it big, and he's like rich now off of his insane like sculptures. So at one point they have like a high class like kind of wine party at the apartment. Except he still lives in the apartment, which I think is funny.
Yeah. Classic Spencer.
And like Freddie is trying to do this like tech startup thing, and so they've like world builded onto it.
I thought he would have been like us,
In jail.
like the three of us, like starting up like Travis, like starting up like a podcast studio or something.
Travis, is Freddie your idol?
Dude, Freddie. Hey, by the way, this is my face now. Look, I even have a lower third. Look, I did this all while live, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, so
That's
Freddie
what it
is my spirit animal. I only watched iCarly because of Freddie, and I was disappointed that there was no real live show. But here I am.
You are the Freddy.
I am Freddie. I am actually Freddie. Freddie is more than he's my brother.
Is that going live in 5, 4?
That's exactly.
I know you'll be.
Somehow the world
See, and we can't get copyrighted for that because we're just singing it,
Right.
Yeah.
and we're not even in key.
Guys,
so
stop. We're only going to now promote the second one now that the foot toucher is gone. Okay. What's the name of this one?
What?
it's just iCarly,
It's just
right?
iCarly again?
I forget. I think it's just iCarly.
Wait.
I Forget.
Hold on. Is that the name? I forget?
Haha, I forget.
Okay. Was that was the first one? What was the second thing you watched?
Okay, so that was good. You ever sit down to watch them? Like, you ever sit down and like somebody's watching a movie on TV or something, and you just kind of sit in, and then you get invested and you watch the whole thing? Mm-hmm. I did it. It was this movie called California, spelled with a K. I think it came out in the 90s or 2000s, maybe.
All right, Crip.
So Brad Pitt is a serial killer type of guy.
Yeah.
And he's like a really like redneck, like, hey, talking like this the whole movie, like really like Neanderthal. Like not like, oh, he's redneck so he's dumb. He's a redneck and this guy is dumb. Like, he's like so stupid, but he kills people. Okay. And it's him and his girlfriend, and like he kills his like landlord because he's doesn't have rent, and he like goes on a road trip to California. They carpool with this guy who's like a writer. He wants to visit all these hot spots. This writer guy of serial killings, and he wants to write a book. And his you know, his wife she's like a photographer. Oh, I'll take the pictures. So the two couples, the like writer, you know, artsy couple and the redneck secretly serial killer husband couple, they go on a road trip to California, and they just uncover the fact that he's like a killer as they go along, because, you know, they're like, okay, it's
What's
your turn.
the ski mask doing in the back of your car?
My tools.
I need my tools.
So, you know, they're at the first gas station or whatever, and they're like, okay, Early is the Brad Pitt's character, who's a redneck serial killer. They say, okay, Early, you know, it's your turn to pay this time. He doesn't have any money, so he sees a rich looking guy going to the bathroom. He follows him, he kills him with a knife, and like takes his money. Okay, and he walks out, and the writer guy was fixing the car, so he has oil all over his hands, and he you know, they pass each other in the bathroom right after he killed the guy. So Early has to say, there's no sink in there. Don't wash your hands. Like, so he has to convince him to like not see the body, and
Hella slick.
yeah.
Oh, because
So-
I thought of 18 different scenarios that could have happened there. I thought he goes in, touches the body, now gets framed for it. Yeah, okay, continue.
That's where I thought it was going, because
Yeah.
he has all these maps of all these locations, and he's investigating serial killers. So like, I'm like, if the cops find them, I know who's
the
going to get
most
blamed.
obvious? Who's the most obvious?
So, you know, and it was interesting, and it comes to a head, and you know, the other couple becomes in danger. Okay.
Gotcha.
The girlfriend doesn't know. She's like a ditzy, like stupid, like Early protects me, you know. But it's like
That's
super
my
retro.
boy.
You know, the like artsy liberal wife is like, why do you dress like that? Why aren't you allowed to smoke cigarettes or drink? Early doesn't want me doing that.
The
Like-
Lord.
Yeah. So, but my gripe with the movie is that it's the artsy wife's fault, because once they start realizing he's a psychopath, she blames her husband, right? The artsy wife. And she says, like they both agreed to the trip at the beginning of the movie because she wanted to take the photos and he was going to write. But then it turns out she says to him, well, I just lied because I wanted a trip to California. Like, so, and then she personally saw red flags of the killer guy early, but like put that shit on the back burner. Like kept it to herself so like the trip could keep going. So it's secretly
free vacation, bro.
her fault of the whole fucking thing.
Wow.
So that's like my personal take of it though. If you've seen California with a K, like Mortal Kombat, you know?
And he's talked. Now, is it like a Texas redneck or is it like a?
I forget where he's from. Yeah, like a Texas sounding redneck, like the way it sounds. It's not like a Louisiana or
Oh, for sure.
like
I gotta check that out.
That kind of drawl.
I gotta check that out. Okay,
It was good.
Olston.
Yeah, so I watch a lot of YouTube, but for movies, what I watched is I actually watched like a marathon of Mel Brooks movies,
Yes.
Ooh.
mostly Robin Hood and Spaceballs, which I've seen Spaceballs a ton of times, but I hadn't seen Robin Hood Men in Tights like in years. I forgot Dave Chappelle was in that movie.
In Spaceballs.
No, in Robin Hood Men in Tights. And of course, it's like supposed to be like medieval times, but they have him in like fucking Jordans. Like he's walking around in like Jordans. I'm like, bro, that's hella racist. But I guess Mel Brooks makes it work. But yeah, I watched him for like the first time in a couple years. And I was like, my people, I like this.
Okay, Robin Hood Men in Tights. Is that the one where there's like the woman is wearing like a chastity?
Yeah, it's like a full chastity, like cast iron, like
I did not understand anything what was going on because I saw that as a kid. I'm like, well, I didn't know a porn or anything.
And it's
was.
funny because she's in a bath and like her assistant comes in and goes, "You need to get out before you start rusting." And I was like, "What?" And she stands up. It's like metal in the bath. I was like, "Oh, that's got to be like painful as hell."
Can you imagine that actually happened to chicks back in the day, guys? Can you imagine if your father, like, what? What's worse, getting a chastity put on you like that, or getting the little like the cock chastity?
The cage?
Yeah.
Cage.
Despite all my age, my cock is still in a cage.
Because if you really just focus on like not getting hard, I guess the dick chastity one would be better because like then you have more mobility. A metal chastity around you would be pretty rough.
Well, this was like high up, so she had like full mobility of her legs and everything.
Yeah. It just seems
Oh, and
uncomfortable.
I think it had like a Champion or Under Armour on it or something. Like it had like a brand on it.
God.
I want to say it was Champion. I think it was Champion. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, but they're good movies. They're funny. They're like real slapstick, but like those movies could not come out today.
I love the Mel Brooks type of humor.
I need to freaking go watch these because like this whole time you were saying this, like I have no idea who the fuck Mel Brooks is or what those movies are.
Yeah, these movies came out like the 80s and 90s.
But
if you're going to watch one that's really good, watch Blazing Saddles. That one almost breaks the fourth wall too, right? Like don't
it breaks the fourth wall. It's very off color.
Because it's a movie, but then they're like, oh, let's go to the break room, and they go to like a movie. Like they come off the movie set, and it's like, wait, I thought this was like a legit plot in the West, and they're like, hey.
Okay, you've sold me. You have sold me. Now that we've discussed what we've watched this week, boys, we have a very interesting topic to discuss. So typically, we are last minute planners, but this week we had Austin planning out this episode about the Pixar universe.
Yeah, the Pixar theory.
The Pixar theory. So Austin.
Yeah, so for anybody who's watching this live or listening, if you want to follow this as we go along with it, you can go to the pixartheory.com. I'm just going to be reading from this, but I did a lot of back-end research too. But
okay.
I sent you guys the link so you guys can see it.
Yes.
This goes all the way from Brave to Monsters, Inc. That's kind of the timeline here.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Brave 2012.
Yeah. So the year is 14th to 15th century. It all starts with Merida discovering the will of the wisps, which is magic. The magic turns her mother into a bear. This magic is why animals and inanimate objects, brooms and tools, behave like humans. Magic was utilized by a witch who mysteriously vanishes through wooden doors. Wooden doors. Y'all picking up?
Yes.
Monsters,
Through wooden doors. Eventually, the magic from the will of the wisps would lead to the birth of superheroes. That brings us into the next film in the timeline. So this is all one timeline. 1950s and 1960s with The Incredibles. So, superheroes maintained order in the world. But Buddy, a wannabe superhero, that little fucking cocksucker Buddy, created two things for the demise of superpowered humans. Self-serving AI bots like the Omni Droid, and the high-tech zero-point energy electromagnetic energy that exists in a vacuum. This is the pivotal moment where we see machines eradicating their only threat, the supers.
Okay.
Eventually, toys start to absorb and draw their powers from zero-point energy, unseen energy that travels in wavelengths.
And that's Toy Story.
That leads us to Toy Story, 1997, 1998. The first signs of life from toys are now present due to Syndrome's technological powers. Toys, or sentient objects, come up with a code of rules and learn that human love is another energy source upon which they thrive. So these toys discover what happened to toys that are isolated from humans. They see that, they don't get the love. They become like, either they die off or they like,
right.
It doesn't go well. So they're discovering, hey, there's a power source here with these humans.
Okay.
That leads us to 1999 with Toy Story 2.
So they just wanted to connect that humans are the reason at that point. Yes, I just want to make sure that I'm following.
Yes, but this plays in
as cleanly as possible.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the toys discover that it is dangerous for them to be isolated from humans. We start to see inanimate objects question their purpose in life. For example, Jessie resents her owner Emily for abandoning her.
They develop emotions.
Yeah, they develop resentment and hatred towards humans very slowly.
Right.
But they start picking up on it.
Right. Okay.
Resentment towards humans was not only carried by inanimate objects, but by animals as well. So that's where that starts to come in. Now we're in 2003 in this timeline, Finding Nemo. In the ocean, we find that fish are incredibly advanced. They have schools, a network and freeway system. Excuse me. We discover that humans are polluting the earth and experimenting on them. Dory was one of the animals that was experimented on, which is why she is forgetful.
Wow.
Dory got MK Ultra. And
That is straight up what happened.
So I guess I should have said this before we all started.
You came up with this while on acid.
No.
Okay.
Pixar has kind of alluded to this by saying, yes, these are all in the same like universe or timeline. That's all they've said though.
Okay.
So this is all fan theories, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
So there are signs of resentment growing towards humans from pollution and environment like damage, stealing
knew it was
fish
going to
and
Wall-E.
caging them.
going
Animals
wrong.
begin to be more curious and carry more humanistic characteristics. That leads us to the year 2007 with Ratatouille. In Ratatouille, Remy discovers his love for cooking and displays human characteristics. Some of them are walking on his hind paws, cleaning his hands, reading, and cooking. My dogs don't fucking read or cook.
No. That's an
Because you
anomaly.
didn't take him to training, Austin.
You're right. I didn't. This is the first time we see personal interactions between humans and animals, but is for the purpose of controlling humans. Remy controls Linguini because Linguini does not know how to do anything.
Yeah,
We
that's
see
how
that-
that's how my cat walks around the house.
Yeah. Feed me.
Like we don't know how to live life right. Like we are impeding on her vision, so I can see like how. But that dude's that dude is a special human. That guy. That
He
was
went
letting
right
the
into
rat
it. That
control.
was fun. That was better than actually saying the word.
Yeah.
All right, so we see that Remy's rat clan
Yeah.
does not approve of the humans and feels both fear and hate towards them. Are these normal rats?
Well, I think you could do a lot of research to find out if they're normal rats.
We have to ask him. Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
We got to ask him about the normal rat.
The rat professor.
The rat
Oh my
professor.
gosh, we had played this one day. Yes.
Yeah.
What was it about again?
He was just doing a lecture about like psychology, and he was like bouncing off of rat psychology. So
It's
they
like
clipped it together, so he looked fucking deranged.
It was a TikTok, and all he would go is the normal rat, and then you, the rat. And that was the whole video. It was just him talking about fucking rats.
I do remember that. Wasn't it a TikTok?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So now we move on to the year 2010 with the movie Toy Story 3. 3 years later, toys have gone through a lot with humans. If you've seen the movie, you can tell why most of the toys have had it, being abused physically and emotionally by humans. Lotso, the Huggin' Bear, straight up hates humans because they use and discard toy objects like they are nothing. He starts trying to take care of his own kind. This provides yet another reason why machines and objects alike are ready to take over.
Okay.
You can start seeing this.
We got a problem.
We got a problem. Carl and Ellie, do those names sound familiar?
Up?
Write to Andy telling him to get rid of his toys because they know the animosity between toys and humans coming ahead. And that's why they are planning on living in solitude.
Jesus.
This takes us to the year 2011 through 2016 with Up. Carl is forced to give up his house to a corporation, by and large, aka Amazon, because they are expanding
no.
the city. This is foreshadowing. This corporation is the cause for polluting the earth and wiping out life in the near distant future as a result of technology overreach. Carl discovers that animals can communicate with humans and sees the bitterness that they have. Charles Muntz effectively trains an army of dogs. This is the start of the tipping point between animals and humans. Years later, the uprising between animals and humans begins. Who do you guys think won the war?
Arby's. Next movie.
That's where they got the meats.
oh my god.
What would the next movie in line be?
The next, we're still going. There's still more.
I know,
So the next
I know.
movie in line
I
is
just-
Cars. And this
just-
explains.
Okay, listen. I get where we're going with it, or I get like the whole how it's like Easter eggs, bro.
Right, yeah.
that little people, and you can formulate the story however you want.
Right.
I am insanely interested to see how Cars play into this because Cars 3 is your favorite movie.
It's not my favorite. I'm a martyr for that film because everybody likes to make fun of me that I think it's a good movie. It's stretched to
anyways.
work now. My boss roasts me for liking that movie.
I wouldn't share that with people, Austin.
Well,
If
we
it
talk
brings
about
up
because
constant
he's
bad
very into
conversation.
cinematography. So we talk about because I'm a cinematography
And we
major.
haven't had him on.
No, we're not going to.
You've been a cinematography major for.
A little less than a year.
Let's preface this.
But
you do the do though.
I do. I make more money from my degree than probably anybody else in the degree program.
That's awesome for you.
I'm not claiming to be an expert.
But
I do know that Martin Scorsese
You came off like that. You did come off like that.
Yeah. So in my cinematography class.
In my cinematography class.
All right. Let's jump to Cars. So now the year we're making a huge jump here. We were in 2016. Now we're 2100 to 2200. That's
Okay.
the year in the timeline. When animals
Al
rose
Gore
up,
said the ice caps would be gone by then.
well, cars don't need ice because
It all takes place in the desert, so I mean.
Well, they have cities.
What about the ice road trucking cars? There were semi trucks. There should have been ice road truckers.
There should have. There
Should have been a lovable Russian truck, and it wears like the
Ushanka.
the front of the the front of the car looks like one of those Rusky caps. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on. What did you say it was?
Ushanka.
A Rushanka?
Ushanka.
Ushanka.
Yeah, it's the hats that they wear.
That's
it's like
Russian
you're-
for automobile. Oh, I was gonna make a lie.
It sounds like you're trying to say a word. Like
That's how it's Ushanka.
Ushanka.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever. That's an interesting word.
All right.
Might be a word of the day.
So when animals rose up against the humans to stop the pollution, the machines saved the humans and they won the war. However, since machines helped humans win, it tipped the balance on Earth. Machines, aka by and large, had to send the remaining humans off into space on a ship called the Axiom. All of the other machines were left behind to populate the world and run things. But how do we know cars took over Earth and not another planet?
That's what I would assume.
Well, we go to the
But they have a whole lot of American ideals in that movie Cars.
Well, we're still in 2100.
Turn left.
Well, okay. In Cars, especially Cars, it's Cars 2 that I think is the best, by the way. It's not Cars 3.
Might be.
In Cars 2, though, there's TSA, which insinuates there was a Cars 911.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
and there's a German Jeep, which insinuates.
Well, he's an American Jeep.
Okay,
But
that they used in World War II.
Yeah,
So
there was a Cars World War II.
there was a Cars Holocaust.
No!
I'm just saying what they're implying. This is Pixar, not me. Okay.
That's wow. Pixar.
Oh, man.
Spin Zone. Not as good
my
as you
God.
think.
So, we're in Cars 2 now. It's still the same time frame, 2100 to 2200. In Cars 2, cars go to Europe and Japan, which shows that it's in the same planet as all the other Pixar movies. It also shows that there are no humans throughout the world. The world at this time ends up with an energy crisis as oil is the only energy used for cars. They're not living off of humans.
Gotcha.
All in all, Corporation was using green energy as a catalyst for a fuel war in order to turn cars away from alternative energy sources. Does that sound maybe like a little bit of the Bush administration?
Perhaps.
Little Dick Cheney?
Can you say it one more time? They had
So they were
kind
using
of
a green
monopolized
energy as a catalyst for. So in the movie, they all the drivers that were using this green alternative energy, they blew them up.
They blew them up.
Yeah, they blew the car up that was using it. And they were like, "Oh shit! Look, that we got to use oil. Don't use that shit."
Okay, I get where you're going.
It would be like if
I get where you're
it'd be
going.
like if we were running out of meat, so they were pushing keto, but then the meat people were making people who ate keto blow up. Just fucking explode and they're like, "Oh, bro, they ate keto. You can't do that."
You can't do this anymore. It's scientifically proven. You eat keto, you explodes. All right.
So that clean fuel could have been used to swiftly wipe out / decommission many of the cars.
So on this nice little website,
Yeah.
on each tab for each movie, they have a little bit of evidence on the side there. You can click into them, and this one is explaining that the term decommission was used to take emphasis away from that. It's really a genocide. We're gonna decommission these people. But it's cars. So we're gonna decommission them, and it shows a still of cars blowing up.
Yeah.
So there's your genocide.
Yep.
Okay.
So all in all was run by and large, which eventually polluted the whole earth due to its use of oil. The whole world becomes unfit to sustain life.
Gotcha.
That takes us now to the years 2800 through 2900. Another big jump with WALL-E. Earth has become uninhabitable for hundreds of years due to by and large. The corporation took over the world / government starting in the 1950s. WALL-E is the only machine left on Earth after it ran out of resources. He has survived because he is fascinated with human culture and also has a friendship with a cockroach. I think we all have a cockroach we're friends with.
You guys are my fucking cockroaches.
I have a cockroach farm at my work that I keep there.
At Einstein's?
Maybe.
Wow. Cockroach farms, and we seriously need to do some more investigation on the fucking
It's a good hiding spot. The inspectors
sexual
will
caller.
never find it.
Oh, okay. We were talking about two different things. I wanted to jump into the guy that
cockroaches.
wants
Well,
to,
he is one of them.
He's what is it? Phone sexing Einstein.
Oh yeah,
The
there's-
one-way phone sexting.
Yeah.
Einstein's has a serial jacker. There's a cockroach farm. There's ghosts.
Wow.
There's the racist boss.
God forbid we ever go big. We ever go big, and then it's just like
The hammer comes down on him.
they're gonna like say, "Hey, we cannot give away all our secrets." Okay, Chris, not on YouTube. Like
Chris
that.
is going to end up in a jail cell and then dead.
Einstein's is by and large, they're the corporation that's gonna.
Not Amazon. It's Einstein's. They have a grip on society.
Turns out the bagel monocle is a Freemason symbol, and
Have you ever met somebody who doesn't like bagels?
yeah, I don't think not that I remember. I mean,
Anybody in this room not like
Travis,
I love bagels.
Yeah, see.
I'm
me? Cameron said I'm not the biggest fan of
Wow.
bagels. Okay.
I'm offended, George. Wow.
No. It's just I don't like what bagels do to me. I love bagels, but if I have bagels on the reg, I start to look like a bagel. I start to look round,
That's
Yeah, you start to
true.
look like me.
and then I have
Bagels and cream cheese. It's just carbs and sugar, bro.
You're starting your day with cheese bread. I start my day with 'cause
Why
I like
wouldn't
the
you
cheese
want
one.
to?
I don't know. I don't know. Some days I like to starve myself and feel like shit until about like 8 o'clock at night, and I gorge myself.
I'm going to do that tonight.
What a baller.
Yeah, I know. That's just
Type
the
in
way.
the chat what I should get. I'm thinking Taco
King
Bell.
shit.
George. You got to put lox on it. You got to put salmon. You make it have protein.
Oh, see,
on
he talks about that.
Salmon.
I do like Einstein's breakfast sandwiches.
They got capers, onions, tomatoes. Come on, where you at?
I'm not the biggest fan of the little salt balls capers. Not a fan.
I've
of
never
salt balls.
tasted them. I thought they were peas when I first got there.
They're disgusting. I don't like capers either.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's just. I guess everybody eventually has to learn about capers, because you really do think they're peas until
Well, he's
like,
told us about this many times on the show.
really.
Yeah, he's always the first time he came on the show, he was like, "There's these little balls. I thought they were peas, but they're capers."
What? Oh my god! If you go
It's
back
came
and
up.
find that would be hilarious. But anyways, we're on Wall-E, right?
Yeah. So,
The cockroach robot.
so he also he's all of this gathering of human items, having a friendship with the cockroaches, maintained his personality and fulfillment. So robots / machines on Axiom, having left Earth centuries earlier, show that machines develop a sense of purpose out of the human's dependence on them. Wall-E is a robot Jesus. Now, I'm not making this up. They wrote this. He is a Jesus, and he and his love, the appropriately named Eve, save the human race and start a new beginning on Earth again.
Wow.
Yeah. Wall-E is Jesus. Praise be unto him. Praise be.
I always thought
I always like the way they interlock. Can you interlock fingers with me, like how they would hold hands? Eva.
HPV guys. I have HPV.
that is his hand. HPV. Get out of here.
Eva. All right.
So, during the credits of Wall-E, we see the shoe that contains the last of plant life. It grows into a
It looks
mighty
like
tree.
if you look at the picture, it looks like a Tim, bro.
It's a Tim.
That is.
Life on Earth is dead ass, bro.
B. Your.
Life forms into just a mega like a Detroit.
Everybody's just fighting. There's pit bulls everywhere. All right, so this takes us into the year 2898 to 3000. Jonas Brothers were right. A bug's life. The same plant we see in Wall-E grew to be the tree in a bug's life. Insects have a longer lifespan in a bug's life. Prior to Wall-E, an ant can last just 3 months. However, in a bug's life, these ants all survive an entire summer and allude to being around for quite some time. One ant states that he feels 90 again.
Okay.
I wish I could say that like in the future. This indicates that ants are sturdier as a result of evolution and mutated genes. The man's built different, bro. They're like the Fallout super mutants.
Dude, I just feel like ants are just like, I want to believe that all these ants that are on Earth have just been roaming for billions of years. The same ones.
Like my son loves the
They're
bee
always
movie.
there. They're
Yeah.
always back.
My son loves the bee movie, and I'm like, bro, this bee would not live long enough to go to trial.
Like literally, dude. Okay, so
Epstein.
he said, I feel 90 again.
Whoa. So he says he feels
sturdier.
90 again. This indicates that they're sturdier result of mutated genes. Another ant tells Flick not to leave the island because there are snakes, birds, and bigger bugs out there. They do not mention humans because there are very few humans to make it dangerous enough for insects to worry about. However, one kid allegedly picked the wings off of the homeless bug. Damn, bro, imagine you just flying some kids like, ha, bitch, just pops your shit off.
A homeless bug?
Yeah, there's homeless. There's like a Detroit in Bug's Life. They have like a circuit. It's actually probably more of like a Las Vegas because they have like shows at like a bar and like
And
there's
then D Street.
yeah,
real
because
seedy place, like Good Neighbor and Fallout 4.
yeah, because there's like flies and they're like, hey, what's up, toots? And they're like hitting on the female bugs and getting fucking wasted on probably what sugar water.
We gotta go watch. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's a good one. So later in the distant future, animals start evolving into the dominant species. This takes us to the year 4500 to 5000 with Monsters University.
Oh yeah, master species, baby. Let's go.
Master species. Hundreds of years after Wall-E, animals started changing due to radiation caused by and large.
Of course.
These animals evolved into monsters and accidentally wipe humans off the face of the planet. Monsters University was founded in 1313. This is dated using the monsters calendar, not the human calendar, and shows that it took place almost 1400 years after A Bug's Life. At Monsters University, they falsely taught the monsters that humans were toxic and from another dimension. This is because monsters were worried about being erased from existence and altering history.
Wow.
Yeah, this is where it gets really deep, these last two movies. So this takes us to the same time frame, 4500 to 5000, with Monsters, Inc. Monsters and Machines didn't realize their mistake of getting rid of humans until it was too late. They eventually realized that humans were their source of energy and needed to sustain life. Machines helped solve that by letting monsters use doors to time travel to the human generations. This leads us to Boo.
Wow.
So, going on to the next one. Yeah, good.
No. Okay, hold on. I did not see. Whoa, next one. Oh, there's Boo. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
so
go.
now Boo, the little girl from Monsters, Inc. Sweet little... I feel like, what's his face from iCarly reading this.
Watch out.
Sweet little
Pick
Boo.
your words, Austin.
I'm just reading it. You can go to the website. This is what they have written. Sweet little Boo never got over Sully and became obsessed with finding out what happened to him. She remembered that doors are the key to finding Sully. Later on in life, she figured out how to time travel using wooden doors and goes back to the source of all magic, the will of the wisps, and creates magic to find Sully by using wood. Boo leaves evidence behind in Brave, 2 carvings whittled out of wood. They were Sully and a pizza truck, the 2 things she loves most in life. Although she knows how to travel through time, she does not know how to determine what time period she will go to. Therefore, speculation has it that Boo is the one planting the Easter eggs throughout all the Pixar movies because she has been accidentally going through different time periods.
Whoa. I like that theory. That's such a cute theory.
It's a dark theory. Everybody's fucking killing each other.
Well, I mean, but the fact that Boo is like just is setting it all up
Yeah,
is kind
Boo's
of adorable.
fucking around with the space-time continuum and you're just like, Kitty!
She,
And no, okay, back through the door.
Accidentally causes Lincoln's assassination and the Crusades at the same time.
Oh my god.
2,000 dead.
The 9/11 wasn't really terrorist. She just spawned into the cockpit. Kitty! And they're like, what the fuck?
Boo is the original jihad.
oh no. Okay. All right. So
Thoughts?
Well, so there's one important thing that this didn't go over that I thought would come up. Why is it that every maternal female, every mother in this universe is just thick, just extremely thick? This theory did not cover any of the thickness.
These are the questions that matter.
Maybe during some of the magic maybe that made the Incredibles have powers. Maybe they made some of those mothers thick. I think this theory. I don't know. That's what I wanted to know out of this.
Is it like eugenics, like with General Sam? Where's the big titty gene? Where's the thick gene? It came from the will of the wisps.
Could be, yeah.
Because if you look at Brave, they're all like sticks.
Yeah. Like Elastigirl, she looks magical. You know?
Yeah, she has the will of the wisps.
wonderful. What I'm most blown away by is the whole monsters like finding out that humans are their supply of energy and using us.
Right.
That's pretty baller, which makes me think that one day, like, we're gonna like go back in time, and like, is it really slavery if you go back in time and you just make people do all the work?
Yes.
So, I mean, Pixar in a sense is saying that slavery will happen again with this, because they're going back, they're making the humans scream.
Yeah, but that's not like making them work in a
Terrifying us.
field 15 hours a day. That's just
Whoa, why did you? There's lots of different forms of slavery there, Austin. I'm just saying this is one of them.
Car payments.
car payments.
they're saying
Man, I got 2 of those.
We're coming back around to it, but I think I agree with Chris. Not enough. You even got Jessie from. You didn't even mention her from Toy Story.
Toys ain't really that.
She's an anime. I mean, people sexualize toys. I've seen some funny videos with some mason jars.
Accidentally.
I always thought the was it Sally from Cars?
She got a donk.
I'd fuck that car.
I'm not sexualizing the car. All right.
Oh no.
It's a Porsche. It's a nice looking car. Relax.
What gas station was it that always had the little cartoon cars? This was before the movie Cars was out.
Oh, Chevron.
Chevron.
They
They
with
had
the
like
cars?
a female car.
Oh, and they were always thick.
Thick bumpers on those cars.
All right. You were talking about thick ads. So what about the green M&M? Okay, guys. That's weird.
No.
That's always creeped me the hell out.
I've seen the meme where it's like, bro, my friend has a fetish for the green M&M. We gotta help him. What do you mean help him? Poor dude's struggling out here.
Well, I think Austin, I want to thank you. You did another phenomenal job. You knocked
one
it
of
out
my
of the park.
coworkers was talking to me about because I like mentioned how the new like Monsters Inc. show came out and I watched it with my kid and my coworker was like, oh, have you heard the Pixar Theory? And I was like, go on. And then he told me like he just told me like how Syndrome started it all, but Syndrome did not start it all. So I was like, huh? And then I looked it up and I was like, bro, I felt like
It's even got his own website.
I felt like Alex Jones going through there.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
see,
You see the
Look, I was
the
thinking
space
about it.
space dimension.
because like what happens here is almost like a conspiracy theorists talk about like the singularity and like the rise of machines, and there's like this secret cabal to wipe out all the humans, and like
Right.
all this stuff happens in this timeline. Like animals are in charge, machines are in charge. You know what I mean? And we have like a whole like evangelical. Oh, everything gets destroyed and recreated again. You know what I mean?
True. That is true.
It's definitely cool, because I was thinking about the conspiracy side of it for sure.
I never knew it went as deep as that. I always knew there was Easter eggs.
Yeah,
like,
which is probably just the engineers and the artists just be like, haha, look at this.
for that. It's like an easy day. Just like copy and paste that shit. Like
Everybody knew about
Well,
the Pizza Planet truck.
Yeah, but I feel like it's probably not that easy. They have to like
Obviously
incorporate it into
not.
the movie. But
I'd like to think that's their easier day.
Well, this theory obviously like takes creative liberties. Like they say, magic from Brave created supers. Like they create their link for each ones.
Right.
But I think it's still creative and interesting how they fit it together and B made it like circular. Like, okay, it ends with Boo, but Boo really started the whole thing. Like, I thought that was pretty cool.
what if
Yeah.
like would okay, let's just say like Boo comes in and Sully's just like, fuck a kid.
Oh my god!
Do you think that like Sully
Like
would just
realistic Home
it's
Alone.
the butterfly effect. Is that what you're getting
yeah,
to?
do you think he would just be like, I don't feel so good, Mike Wazowski, and then just fucking evaporate?
everything just turns into dust at that point?
Yeah, the societal, like not even the societal, like the dimension, like it just collapses on itself. It's just no more.
I would like to think it's as easy as like clicking off like a button, like clicking out a website, just like boom, and it's just gone forever.
Yeah,
But just like that, like a flash little. But I also like it doesn't kind of make sense because you had to get to that point anyways.
right.
Oh no, because he's going back in time to get her. Now I'm seeing the issue.
Yeah, he's going back into, because everybody thinks it's like a different dimension, but what this theory is saying is no, they're just time traveling,
Yes.
scaring the fuck out of some kid.
Yeah. I mean, but everything looked relatively around the same time. Like when they would go into those, they would like time travel to those doors. Everything looked modern. It looked from the same era, same time period. Whatever the link is in those times, then I think that's where you have to jump off.
Because
from.
they could have totally, like animals could, because like with cars, they carry on human characteristics like, they did a 9/11, we're going to do one.
Right. No, they didn't want to mess around with American history too much.
Yeah.
A plane
The world
crashes into
history.
like a skyscraper parking garage.
Oh no. Cars driving off.
3,000 vehicles.
Well,
Sorry.
I think we shall wrap this up. Yes.
Wait, I got something, guys.
Yes?
I discovered something.
Ooh, okay.
So if you look here, if you look at the bottom of the Pixar Theory, it's you see a little cheeky 97th floor logo right here. I clicked on it, did some research. I scrolled down. They have they made the website, but according the person you're talking to who invented the Pixar Theory is John Negroni.
Right.
And it was an original blog post here, which is johnnegroni.com, discussing the whole thing that we're here. So this is the person who created it.
Yeah, he goes way more into depth, but it's a little less. It's a little more loose than like this is very
Condensed.
yeah condensed and like almost concrete. It's a little more concrete. The other ones are like because on there it's outdated because he goes in Coco. We're assuming this is what it's going to be. So it's like Coco hasn't even come out yet at the time of that post.
So
Right.
it's safe to say that he updates this for every new Pixar movie. that comes out.
Look, I would assume so. But the fact that I think I saw that on like Coco, it said like, oh, there may be something about how the dead give us energy, and I was like, oh, so they hadn't seen it at the time of writing this.
The whole
Boy.
thing. Oh my.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
okay.
That's
deep.
sick. That is sick.
All right. John Negroni is giving away deep state secrets. He's gonna get suicided. A hole in the back of his head. I could see it now.
Wow. You just called it.
Like you said, Jeff Bezos is like
talked
by
about
and
us.
large.
By and large, Amazon.
Okay.
You're motivated too because you just watched a serial killer movie. So like you're like
I'm inspired.
like
This is his calling card.
The Gaba.
The Gabagoo.
Gaba Guru.
well, Austin, take us home, partner. Give
Yeah.
us the rigmarole.
So
Where can they find us?
you guys know where to find us: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Lukewarm Cinema Podcast. If you want to tell us your movie theories, your Pixar theories, you know where to find us: lukewarmcinemapodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, everybody, Jen Kui.
Jen Kui.
Jen Queen.